How's it going today, everybody? Today, I'm very excited to announce my guest. He's a 6'4" cornerback out of Oregon State, a 2018 state champion with Laney College, a school you might know from a very popular show on Netflix called Last Chance U, but we'll get into that a little bit later. And he's a 2021 NFL draft prospect. Nahshon Wright, how are we doing today, brother?
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm good. Thank you for hopping on the show today and such a quick notice as well. So yeah, for sure. So for starters, why don't we go ahead and why don't you tell us a little bit about your hometown and what makes it so special?
I grew up in East Palo Alto. Like I started all my sports there, track, football, even basketball. Even though I didn't play a lot, but the first time I ever played basketball was for East Palo Alto organization. It, I don't think I don't think it's no different than anybody else's hometown. I think what just makes it special is just the people that I hang around. We all have the same goals. We're all trying to make it to this next level, the highest level you can make it to in the sport. So I don't know. There's nothing special about it. It's just where I reside at. Like that's nothing special about it.
Yeah, I feel it's always cool to represent that hometown. I like knowing where guys are from. Uh,
Def-
so yeah, tell us a little bit about your recruiting process out of high school and how you ended up at Oregon State.
So out of high school, I was a non-qualifier. I was short like a class or two, and so I really didn't have a. I wasn't. I hadn't really. I talked to a few schools, but it was nothing serious. Um, so out of high school, I went to City College of San Francisco, where I gray shirted in the 16 season, and then I bounced around a little bit. I went to College of San Mateo for about I did 3 terms. I did winter, spring, and summer. And then the fall of 2017, I went to Laney. I was taking classes, I was working a job, so I ended up not playing that season. And then the following season I played. Um, I transitioned from receiver to DB that year. And I don't know, everything just worked out. We won a state championship. We played good as a team, obviously, and individually, I did good enough to earn a few scholarships, and ultimately, that landed me at Oregon State.
Yeah, for sure. So was Oregon State, kind of that one school you really wanted to go to, or was it just kind of whatever school gave you a shot?
Um, I think what it was for me, sorry, um, it was my biggest thing coming out of JUCO was go Power Five. Like it was for me, it was Power Five or bust. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, because I'm trying to mute this thing. I don't know. So for me, it was like I don't even know how to get back. Sorry,
Oh, you're good.
how to get back to this thing? 1 second. So for me, it was Power Five or nothing. Like that was just my mindset because um, something my dad had always told me and my brother. It was kind of like it was a know your worth type thing. So um, no shade on any group of five schools, Mountain West schools, like no shade on any of those schools because technically, like Cincinnati is probably one of the best group of five schools out there. So, um, my thing would just go Power Five, and at the time, Oregon State was my only Power Five offer. A few other schools were like toying around with me, and I kind of just didn't want to. I didn't want to deal with that. Like I could have done another year in JUCO and probably been one of the probably number one prospects in JUCO, but my thing was get in and get out. So um, I was comfortable with the coaching staff. I knew I would have an opportunity to come in and play for a starting spot, starting role. Um, I trusted Coach Smith, Coach Tibasar, and Coach Blue. So um, when I went on the visit, And then one of my teammates from Laney was already there, so it's kind of a no-brainer for me. Like he's here, he's liking it, so it's whatever. I'm gonna go. So yeah, that's kind of that's kind of how it was. It wasn't. I didn't prefer to go there. Like I wanted to go. My school, the school I wanted to go to was Virginia Tech. I wanted to go to Virginia Tech, but I don't know what it was with them that year. I wish I could have been there, but yeah.
I feel you, bro. Well, they missed out on a great athlete. You were mentioning quite a bit, kind of switching gears a little bit. You were mentioning quite a bit on the most recent season of Last Chance U, and your brother Rajon was a star on the show. Kind of what was it like getting your talents broadcasted to the world and kind of seeing your brother, also get his talents broadcasted to the world, who's now a teammate with you at Oregon State?
Yeah, so it was cool. Definitely different. I'm not used to having cameras literally right here in your face. It was different. It was exciting. I was happy for um, my younger brother and Laney, like just to get that spotlight. Because coming out of like high school, like the two schools that everybody think to go to is City College of San Francisco and College of San Mateo. So um, I was glad that my year we were able to show the world that we were actually Laney was actually good because the 2 years previous to us winning state, they had gotten close. Um, in my opinion, the 20 I want to say the 2017 year they got played out of a playoff win. But that's besides the point. But I think it was just good to put like Oakland, California, just on that platform because there's a bunch of talent out there. Like it's crazy. So that was exciting to see, and then for everybody to see kind of Coach Beam's like true character. Like the show kind of portrays him as like an a-hole, but genuinely he cares about each and every one of those kids. Um, when I was there, he treated me no different than somebody that probably would have never seen the field. Like he treated me no different. So yeah, it was exciting to see for sure.
That's what's up. We've actually had RJ Stern on the show before in the past, and he kind of really took us like in detail and in depth about kind of the behind the scenes and like the cameras being in your face all the time. So, if you haven't listened to that episode, make sure y'all go listen to that episode. But enough with the plug. Following your couple year career at Laney College, especially that second year that you had where you broke out, you had a big year, and then you guys won the championship, all that. You decided to take your talents to Oregon State. You've balled out in the past couple of years for Oregon State. What kind of led to your decision? You we kind of already talked about going to Oregon State, but kind of, after balling out for those couple of years, why'd you decide to forego your senior year and declare for this year's draft?
For me, everything has always been about timing. Like me leaving JUCO a year early when I could have done another year was it was about timing. So me declaring for the draft and wanting to play it, the time felt right. Um, I think I showcase my skills well enough for teams to recognize me and see my skill set. And I think I was just done with college. Like not saying that I peaked or that I arrived because I never like to think that I've arrived in anything because there's always more work to be done. But um, I just felt the time was right. Now my younger brother has the opportunity to go and play and show that he can play. So and that was just part of me being a big brother, just kind of like, all right, let me step out the way so he can get his shine. So that and then I don't know, it just like I said, the timing, like it just felt right. I sat down with my mom, my grandpa, because those are, I mean, the only two people that really not have a say so, but kind of
Mm-hmm.
that I can go to and just talk to about my decisions, and they were okay with it as long as I just continue to stay in school. So I'm still finishing up classes right now. I graduated in May, so that was
Congrats.
so yeah that was that. So it was just timing, felt right. Everything fell in place how I wanted to. I got the right information. I got the information that I wanted to hear back from um, whether it was agents really. Um, so yeah, that was it for me.
Yeah, I feel it, man. Why play for free whenever you've showcased that you're a dog on the field? You might as well get a bag for it. You feel me? So,
Yeah, I
hey,
mean, for me, it's not about the money. Like,
mhm.
um, I don't come from money, so like money really wasn't the issue, but um, because I mean, college, I mean, a lot of people complain about the pay, but like I was able to pay my rent and save and buy what I wanted to and save a good amount of money. So like, um, I I'm not the money wasn't the thing, but now that I definitely have a chance to make some money, um, I'll be able to do some stuff with money, take care of my parents, grandparents, and then I have a fiance, so um,
Ooh, about to
we can
get
move in
hitched.
together. Yeah, so um, yeah, that's the money wasn't the issue, but yeah.
I feel it. And you got to you just want to take your game to the next level, bro. I feel it. So speaking of taking your game to the next level, what's the best attribute you think you bring to an NFL roster?
Um, First, I would say my willingness to just learn continuously, like just never think that I've arrived. Like that's my biggest thing, to never think I've ever arrived, because there's always something to learn. And then just um I'm a coachable kid. Um and my knack and my love of the game of football, like I said, it's not about the money. It's something I've been wanting to do since I was 5 6 years old. So that, and then I mean, like the obvious, I'm long, I'm athletic, I have ball skills. Shit, I can play football.
Yeah, that's for damn sure, bro. You can definitely play football. So part of playing your position, the cornerback position, is a lot of man and zone coverage. So which one of those two do you prefer and why?
I prefer man. I think when you can go out there and dominate a matchup and leave the game knowing that you won a matchup, and you you eliminated a receiver or just kind of limited his touches or whatever it is, I think you come out a little bit more satisfied. Like you feel good about yourself. I think man is just I think that's what the game of football is about, like winning your matchup. So um whether it's zone or man, like you go out there and do your thing. But me, I like man. Like man, it's me and you. Either you gonna beat me or I'm gonna beat you. So and I like my odds. So
Yeah, I like your odds too, standing at 6'4", bro. You about it. You're like right there with the receivers in the NFL, or maybe even a little bit taller, man. So I like
yeah.
your odds too. So who's the best athlete you've kind of ever played with? It can be anywhere, like back in your high school days, anything. And who's the best you've ever had to line up against?
The best athlete I've ever played with or watched play, I would have to say my god brother Amari Davis. Like he's like growing up, even now, still to this day, like he's ridiculous. Like yeah, he's he's different. And then that I've had to play against
So like
since I
any receiver, maybe in college or even back in high school, that really was just like, damn, this dude's hard to cover.
uh since I can't really think back like to just someone individually. Like I could think of a team that I was hard, but individually, I'll probably say like I'll probably say Brandon Ayuk. Just because I mean, you see what he's doing in the league, so like you can only imagine what he was doing in college. So probably him. Um, Other than that, like I've never really, I don't know. Yeah, I guess Brandon Ayuk.
That'd definitely be a tough dude to cover for sure. Couple more questions for you. The next one is, what's your favorite college memory? Kind of take us, what is a game day like at Oregon State? And then kind of tell us what your personal favorite college memory is.
My personal favorite college moment was probably beating Oregon. Like that was, I wish the fans could have been there because it would have been crazy. But I guess beating them, especially with that being my last year, so beating them that was definitely fun. It was exciting.
Getting that interception that set y'all up to win too. That was clutch.
Yeah, that was we needed it, definitely. We needed some type of turnover. Um, but like I don't know. My favorite part about like just being at Oregon State and especially on game day, like when the fans are there, we do this walk before every game. We come from the hotels, the buses park, and we walk into the stadium and the fans are there, the little kids there, the band playing, you shake the little kids' hand. I think that's something I've always looked forward to doing. Like just I don't know. You feel good about yourself. I don't know.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
get, you get to see the smiles on the kids' faces when you're shaking their hands, and that was fun. And then seeing my mom and my grandparents. My first walk ever, my grandpa was there, and I seen him crying. So that was cool.
Yeah, for sure. One last question for you, Nahshon. Any advice to the guys out there, maybe in high school, middle school, chasing their NFL dreams?
Um, Not to sound cliche, but uh, you're a student first, so um, handle your business in the classroom, and if you're talented and you know you can play football, I think everything else handles itself. So be a student first. Learn time management because that's key. Like when I first got to Oregon State, I didn't know what time management was just because I was a junior college. So like you literally do everything at the school and then you just go home. Like you don't have there's really no film to watch. Like it's not broken down how it is in college. So like just learning that. So learning time management. Um, just doing the and just continue to do the right things on and off the field. Like um, just I don't know, be I guess an outstanding citizen. Uh, yeah, I mean, just my biggest thing because I wish I would have done it in high school was stay ahead of the game as far as school because that was like I said I was a few classes short to meeting the NCAA requirements. So um, handle your business in the school in the classroom because if you like I said if you're an athlete and you can play football and you know what you're doing on the field and you're coachable, everything else take cares of itself. So yeah, just and continue to work hard, grind. Um, what matters is what you're doing when nobody's watching. Like um, whether you at home and you're practicing your step kick or just you're rolling off your front foot as a receiver and not false stepping. Like just little things like what are you doing when nobody's not around, like that type of stuff. So just working when working on a daily basis, really.
For sure, bro. I appreciate that advice. I appreciate you hopping on the podcast today. Nahshon Wright, everybody, he's going to be a cornerback selected in this year's draft for sure. Yeah, we'll be tuned in over here, and I'm excited to watch your journey unfold, my man.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yes, sir.